We often talk about SoftBank's $100 billion vision fund, but we rarely hear from the man who runs it. CNBC.com, Alex Sherman just spoke with him after a rough few months. Alex joins us now to talk about it.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey, what happened? What did he tell you?
So it was sort of a defense of the vision fund, of himself. The main takeaway, I would say, is almost a theoretical defense.
You were talking to Rajeev, by the way.
Rajeev Misra,
just so we're clear.
Head of the Vision Fund.
Right, works for Masayoshi Son.
Masayoshi Son, head of SoftBank, founder, CEO of SoftBank. So Rajeev Misra said, look, it is unfair to judge the Vision Fund only 2.5 years into the fund. This is a 14-year fund. Most of the investments in a VC fund you stick around with for 6 to 8 years. The fund itself, the way that we invest, the mistakes will wash out first. That was his argument. The implosions will happen immediately, whether it's the founder or the business model. The reporting around WeWork, which is obviously the biggest implosion, and Oyo and Brandless and WAG, he said, look, in any VC fund, 10 or 15 of these companies are going to wobble. But you need to stick around for the next 18 to 24 months. That's where we're going to see our bread and butter investments IPO and start to make a real return for the fund. That's his argument. That's his defense. Now, obviously, there's a lot of macroeconomic conditions that may affect whether or not these companies can really have successful IPOs. By the way,
Sequoia had a note out yesterday to its funds, to its companies, saying like the next year is going to be very, very difficult.
So, right, exactly.
Did he talk about Corona?
He did. He said, I'm worried about my Chinese investments in particularly, but even more broadly, I'm worried about what this means for sort of the Asian economy and then the trickle-down effects from that. So he acknowledged that. But he said, look, we have a lot of strong companies in the portfolio. He specifically pointed out Didi and Grab. He said he's likely to make a 3 to 4 time return on Grab when it IPOs. They have an investment in ByteDance, which owns TikTok. They have,
So what's your analysis? In the end, what do you think really is going to, how are we all going to look at Vision Fund 2-3 years from now?
So
if that's even a fair...
I think it is a fair argument to say it is too early to look at this. They have 90-plus investments. To say 3 went bad, okay. I actually think that's a legitimate, logical argument to say it is too early to cast judgment on this thing. However, he did sort of put out a benchmark there, 18 to 24 months, not 6 years from now, not 300 years from now, like the SoftBank 300-year plan. And I think if you're going to, look, SoftBank has put a lot of money into these companies at what might be the top of the market. And if you're looking 18 to 24 months down, that is risky, I think. So, I mean, look, I have no idea, like anybody else has no idea what's going to happen. But I did think it was at least forceful and bold of him to say, here's the timeline, judge me on this.
Right.